All right, welcome back to the SilmFilm script discussion for Season 2, Episode 8, Part 5. We're trundling along. We may have actually almost gotten to the middle of the episode. It's fantastic, and it's only been 2.5 hours. Awesome.
We're ahead of schedule today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube Live, you may find in the comment section a link to some information about Myth Moot 4, which will be taking place in June between the 1st and the 4th of next year. If you are watching this later, it's going to be in the down there area, the description place thing, and it's going to be a great time. A bunch of us are going to be there. Professor Olson, who hosts the podcast that have inspired this nonsense, will also be there.
That's a very uncharitable characterization.
But not necessarily inaccurate, so...
I didn't disagree.
All right, so yeah, definitely check that out. It's going to be a great time. A lot of really exciting stuff is going to be happening. I know Dr. Verlin Flieger, who's one of the preeminent Tolkien scholars that I know personally. I don't know her that personally, but I have seen her and exchanged a word or two with her.
You've been in the same room as her, but it's a good start.
Yeah. I was a little too terrified to talk to her because I was talking about an adaptation of Tolkien into the screen, and yeah.
This is why shame is a useless emotion. If you have no shame, you can't possibly be afraid of what she's going to think.
I don't think shame is useless.
Yeah, it keeps my clothes on. I think it's a good idea.
Again, it's completely useless.
Nope, not completely useless.
There's a reason why my camera's not on. Let's just put it that way.
Because of shame? Anyway.
I'm sparing the rest of you.
Exactly. So, yeah. Our episode, though, about stuff. And the trial of Melkor is over. The probation has begun. And we're making our way through Act 2. We need to figure out how we're going to... we need to have a need, is really what it is. Like, there has to be something that inspires Melkor to engage on his project.
Let's figure out who exactly Melkor is talking to before the end of this act, because we threw out a whole bunch of names.
Okay.
An hour and a half ago.
Okay. Well, he definitely has to speak to Aule, but that's an act 3. We can save that for later.
Yeah.
Do we want to have a scene between him and Tulkas here to start setting that up? Or maybe a conversation between Eonwë and Tulkas, like maybe see Melkor interacting with elves, and Tulkas comes up alongside Eonwë, and they start talking about it, and Tulkas like, don't take your eyes off him for a second, and Eonwë's like, I'm not. I totally.
It wasn't until you came up here and talked to him.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Melkor is like stealing an apple from a cart while the two of them are arguing.
Yeah. Does Melkor have an ankle bracelet? Brandon asks, and Professor Olson did say that he does today. Actually,
no, I said that.
Yeah,
you said that. Okay, somebody said that. All right, somebody.
I said that today. Don't put the word. He might have said it too.
He probably said it. He probably said it as a result of you typing it.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, I mean I just said it today. I don't. Did it show up in the?
Oh, yesterday. Yeah, that's what that was yesterday. That he was. Okay, all my days are moving together now. Okay.
I'm so confused. Anyway, the point being, Eonwë is the name of that ankle bracelet.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking is it the world's worst idea to have do what?
You know what I would like to
Eonwë with the link of the chain.
I was going to suggest something, but then I realized that I'm stealing it from later in the Silmarillion, so never mind.
Well, what were you going to suggest? Maybe use it to...
I was going to suggest that instead of a crown, now he's wearing a collar, but that's the iron crown. They beat that into a collar later, so no.
Yeah.
Let's not do a collar.
That's too soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we did like a link of the chain around his wrist or something like that, which is what they did to Eonway.
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Like as a you don't have your powers right now thing.
Yeah,
So he wears really ugly bracelet, basically. Is that what we're saying?
it could be glowing. I mean, to show the magic dampening effect.
Because obviously magic stuff glows.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever.
It's science.
Yeah.
Magical science.
Yep.
Okay. So like I don't think that would be the world's worst idea, and it'll definitely, like, the modern viewer will be like, yeah, I get it, ankle bracelet, house arrest, probation, I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
because I mean, if it dampens their ability to
do magic
and shapeshift and like you definitely don't want him to be able to shapeshift and just vanish.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, and the whole point is we're trying to not let them just dump him off and be like, yeah, do your thing, Melkor. Like,
right.
The idea is that he's supposed to be watched at this point, and he's supposed to be. Yeah, so I think showing some physical, visible sign that he can't just do whatever he wants.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than
because
the Eonway watchdog.
Right. I don't care how awesome Eonway is. I don't necessarily think that he could necessarily handle Melkor if Melkor decided to take him out.
Not at this point. Melkor is still quite personally powerful at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Later on in time, Melkor's no match for Eonway in a fight.
No.
But at this point, Melkor could do some real damage.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. So that means that whatever Melkor makes, he has to make with his own hands, which I really like.
Yep.
Because it's something a good, noble person does. They make something with their own hands for the benefit.
Yeah. So
of other
what
people.
is it that they need in Valmar that he can make?
Right. That's. I mean,
Tupperware.
They probably don't have Tupperware. I agree.
That feels a little anticlimactic.
But it's so useful. I just bought some. Awesome.
I mean, turning him loose in Tyrion has the benefit of him being able to. There's like any number of things that would be helpful in Tyrion.
But he's not granted access to Tyrion until after.
Unless we release him from his probation early.
Yeah.
Could he just do some art?
But it's got to be a device. It's got to be something that at least
it can be a device. It can still be decorative. Like I can't think of anything that they would add to Valmar that wasn't decorative.
But it has to be reparation.
Yeah, it could be I don't know, a monument to Manway. I don't know.
I can't see Melkor making a statue of that under any circumstance.
Yeah.
Then fart.
No, well, that's a little creepy. I know. But what I mean is that, like, I feel like it's going to creep out the audience too much. We're trying to send a message to the audience that he's fine, he's totally okay.
I would be okay reminding them that he's still a creepy weirdo when it comes to Bardo. I don't think we should ever lose sight of the fact that he's a creepy weirdo when it comes to Bardo.
I don't think that.
I don't think that makes him, actively evil. Just that he's still pining. Like, I think we can rock the sympathetic angle on that.
Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that for right now.
Monument
I try to think of some.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, he could make some really elaborate mirror-like structure that captures the light of the trees and focuses it somewhere.
Reflects.
Now I don't know. Yeah, or reflects it everywhere. We
can't capture. Nobody gets to capture. Only one guy.
Yeah. No capturing. Sorry, but that's why I said mirrors. It's like a whole series of mirrors.
Except we kind of set that up as the method of the.
Right. I already did that.
That was the first thing I thought of. And if because the thing is that if he was in Tyrion, he could
work on that.
He could do that to improve the light. Like they could have used a natural light in
a fire, and then he's replaced it with a mirror, with the tree light. Yeah, that all works.
Sunlight-heated hot springs.
Well, that actually, I was thinking about something of that nature.
Nature, yeah, but he can't do nature stuff right now if he's on lockdown.
No. What I mean is that something of that kind. I was using the word nature.
Dig a hole.
Right.
Okay. So he can make a fountain appear in the middle of Valmar?
No. The fountain already exists somewhere.
No. I mean like a well. Like he digs a new well in the middle of Valmar. So now they have water in the middle of their city that they used to have to like go outside the city to get water or something.
Well, actually, why don't we? I don't mind the idea of the springs because if he does the hot springs thing, it's a place of healing.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, like like maybe he's able to. He gets some sort of.
I would like to work the fact that he's the fire Vala into it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and if he's able to get some help from Aale to, like some kind of materials, it might actually be magically healing because of something that he gets.
Isn't the brimstone and all that stuff? Isn't it potentially explosive?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
The stuff that they use that makes mineral hot springs actually like restorative and good for your skin and all that. Aren't there caustic or like potentially
lots of things in combination can be dangerous? So I mean, we could certainly have a suspicious ingredient in this hot spring mixture.
Yeah. I was throwing stuff out because I was thinking of anime, but sure, this hot springs idea, I'm starting to get sold on it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're gonna not fill up the hot spring with a bunch of naked girls, which is I feel where anime would have gone with it, and then a guy would have accidentally walked in on them all, and there would have been shrieking.
Yeah,
let's not do that.
But I'm on board with not doing that. Melkor has all the elves over to his Tupperware party. Brandon says.
and Feanor doesn't bring anything like a schmuck.
Okay. So we should definitely title this episode Melkor's Tupperware Party.
Actually, I have an idea. What if Feanor is the one who like tips off Tulkas to the idea that something that Melkor has acquired is potentially harmful?
Yeah, because Tulkas won't know the difference.
Yeah.
Right. So
Tulkas doesn't know.
Tulkas is not aware that things break.
So if Ale doesn't have any suspicions, he's not going to tell Tulkas.
Right. And
that one ingredient
list of what he gave. Yeah, he gives him a list of all the stuff that he gave Melkor, and Tulkas has no idea what any of it is.
But Feanor would know.
Yeah, and if
Feanor would totally be the guy to look at that list and go, "You guys are stupid."
Welcome back.
Give this.
The Witch King of Angmar has returned, by the way.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So, so if we have Feanor, now the question is, does Tulkas seek him out, or do we have to put this conversation together randomly?
No, Tulkas can't seek him out because that would be too much thinking on Tulkas' part.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You can't be like, I bet there's something that's suspicious in here, but I'm too dumb to know what it is. Let me go find that smart elf.
Could go to the local forge to ask somebody about the ingredients. Feanor, who has been bored out of his mind in the palace, has visited the local forge to check in on the Vanyar craftsmen who are useless because they're Vanyar.
Right. Of course.
So he's like pretty much just walking through the place being like, well, that's really elementary and you guys are doing that wrong and this would work so much better if you do that. Like he's like doing the quick, I can fix everything here if you just give me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
review of the place. Tulkas comes in like, can someone help me with this list? And he's like, finally, a question I can answer. And,
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to go efficiency expert on the Vanyar.
So here's my problem. I
But
really
we're
like
fine
the
with
idea of
this.
I really like the idea of Tokus going shopping because that's just funny.
Right.
And I like the idea of Feanor just happens to be close by. But it seems dumb to me that, well, I guess not necessarily. I don't know. For me, I feel like the Owlay or somebody would just conjure everything. No, but you know what? Here's the deal. Maybe Melkor specifically asked for Owlay's help, and Owlay's like, well, that's not how this is supposed to work. If you want to do this, you got to go do it. And you have to do it like an elf would.
Right.
No, I don't. I don't mind.
I don't want to. No. What I mean is, I don't want to give away what he's doing.
Right.
What Melkor is doing.
I'm trying to jive like
figure out the
why this is
backstory
happening exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Togus. Well, I don't know if Togus.
Okay. Here's
Who's the errand boy? Like they're not gonna have Togus go get the stuff for him.
Right. No. Here's what's happening. Melkor has requested some items from Owlay. Owlay has provided the items to Melkor.
Okay.
Tulkas sees that Melkor has visited Owlay, super suspicious, goes and talks to Owlay and says, what was he here for? What was that all about? And Awlay's like, oh, here's the list of all the stuff I gave him. He's working on a new project, and I'm helping him out here. And Tulkas looks at the list and is like, I don't know what this means.
I don't know what this is.
But
that's the
this
problem.
Is probably bad for you. I need to find out what this is. And so Tulkas is now wandering around Valmar with a list.
But that's a little too dumb. Like, well, it's either too dumb or not dumb enough. Like, Tulkas is smart enough to know that he needs to go ask somebody smart about something. Like, that doesn't work for me for some reason.
Well, what I'm saying.
Why would it be bad for him to ask him a question about it?
Because I think Owlay would just tell him. Like, why wouldn't he just ask Owlay?
Unless he actually is like, why is it? What if Owlay? What if Tulkas starts like?
Tulkas either needs to be like doing everything on his own because he thinks he's smart now for some reason, or it needs to be like total happenstance that.
Oh. Okay. Wait.
Hang on. I want. What if to go to the forge himself with the list, and Tulkas maybe is tailing Melkor, and Feanor pitches a fit because he thinks the stuff that Melkor's asking for is potentially dangerous, and for Owlay, that's more than enough to condemn Melkor.
Tulkas
forever, or for
I was just going to suggest that. Yeah. Well, like, what if Tulkas gets this list from Owlay, and Tulkas drops the list, and Feanor picks it up, and it's like, what is that? Oh, really?
He's not gonna. He doesn't need a list. He's a valet. He's not gonna forget.
Right? Oh yeah,
it's getting a little bit hokey with the drop list.
It's too.
Okay.
It would be better for Feanor to just be standing there when Melkor asks Owlay for the ingredients.
Okay.
And having Feanor standing in the same room as Owlay is something that makes sense. Like, we don't need to do a lot of backstory to explain why.
Even okay. Like, I really like the idea of Owlay saying, "Well, if you want this stuff, you got to go get it." So, Tulkas sees the little, very short conversation between Owlay and Melkor. Mm-hmm. Melkor wanders off to go get the stuff he needs to get. Tulkas could maybe ask a couple of questions to Owlay if he wants to, but then he goes after Melkor, and then Feanor throws a big fit when Melkor's collecting his ingredients for his master plan.
Well,
and then Tulkas is like, "Aha! I was right all along. This guy's a bad egg, and he's gonna destroy him."
Yeah, but we're getting there a little quick. What